We ain't new to this. We true to this. This is.
What's good, y'all? Blue Sheet TV back in this. Man, what's up with y'all, man? Blue Sheet TV. Yeah, topic of this video gonna be different, man. Blue Sheet TV, Blue Sheet TV, all platforms. Blue Cheese on Instagram, Blue Cheese on Twitch, Blue Cheese on YouTube. Follow me, subscribe, wherever you watching this. You know what I'm saying? TikTok, all that type of stuff. For the video today, I want to cover as you can see by the title, you might see it. I'm at this voiceover I'm doing right now. This commentary is coming from posts. Yes, I do edit videos in Premiere. Yeah, I'm on there. But yeah, what I do want to talk about is sensitive topic. I don't know how sensitive it is. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to talk on the what you call it? The goddamn 47. Goddamn, I'm playing. Well, yeah, touch on the topic of motherfucking college. Some of y'all, I don't know how old my viewers is. Y'all probably went to college, probably didn't go to college. It's cool though. You know what I'm saying? Shit, find your hustle. But my experience with college, I feel like, yeah, it was necessary for certain aspects of my thinking. Not so much as I feel like I went to college for a hobby. That's why it didn't work out for me as much as I think. But I may be doubting myself, so I gotta stop that. Anyways, is it beneficial to the average person that doesn't know what they want to do yet? If you don't know what you want to do, but your parents don't tell you to go to college, so you can get some knowledge and hopefully graduate and do something that makes money. Hey man, I hope you plan like a motherfucker. Or if you actually don't know what you want to do, it would probably be more beneficial for you to self-reflect on your hobbies, stuff that you could probably push to the max and make more money, or that pays very well. I know the healthcare industry is standing the test of time right now. You know it's gonna be around forever. So health industry, automotive might be around forever because you're always gonna have cars to fix. You're always going to have mechanics. You need mechanics for trucks, for stuff, for trucks, cars, shit, trailers sometimes. Engineering, the world runs off engineering. That's a no-brainer. Pretty much a STEM major. I can't really say too much about computer science because I went to college for computer science. Yeah. Look at us now. Over 100,000 layoffs worldwide. Where's that entry-level computer science job for the graduates fresh out of college? Newsflash, there isn't none anymore because they're doing downsizing. They're downsizing pretty much to the point where they can get a pretty good worker for a pretty small salary. Even though that salary should be given to a, you know what I'm saying, entry-level employee. If you're watching this video, employers, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, back to it. I got some friends that went to college and go back. It's cool though, because at the same time, they got their own thing going and they're doing pretty well for themselves. Had I had that level of trusting myself and not necessarily what's going on in the world, such as the economy. If I had that level of trust way back then, I probably would have been in the same shoes. I probably would have went to college for like 1-2 years, you know what I'm saying, get a little associate's degree or something, whatever, and just been on my way doing my own stuff. But obviously everything happens for a reason. You know, I met a couple people in college, you know, I met a couple connections, and even though I'm not where I want to be in life right now, you know what I'm saying, the connections that I made made it more bearable, so you still have that. If you're the type to you just stay by yourself, you don't really talk to anyone, yeah, you might as well drop out, do your own thing, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that, alright, drop out has a bad connotation with it, so I'm not trying to really put that connotation on the phrase or the word. But if you got something you know you want to do, and you have a very supportive community behind what you want to do, and you know you really believe in it to the point where your circle or your group believes in it too, shit, go ahead and do that shit on me. I know some people that they ain't stepped 1 foot inside of a college campus, college dorm, classroom, ain't did no homework, not none, and they got more money than me. So, what I do think college did for me is it just pushed me to be more academically inclined as far as discussion posts, finding my voice, reading books, articulating my thoughts to the point where I feel like, you can go anywhere, talk to anyone. That's a trait not everyone talks about.
We need to locate a bomb.
But then again, you could learn that by yourself. All you gotta do is pretty much take the subjects or skills that you learned in grade school and just turn that shit up to the max. Put steroids on that bit. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, reading, writing, math, literature, history, bro. Reading. Go check out a book. Read that shit. Barnes Noble. Buy a book. Buy anything that interests you and read it. You could do that shit without college. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go to college for them to tell you that you need a certain book for a certain class and that you're supposed to go to the library and buy that shit. Man, listen. History. Study up on history. Geography. People that don't go to college, you shouldn't have to be in college to name 10 countries in Africa or anywhere else on the continent. I feel like that should be something that's like second nature nowadays. You know what I'm saying? People, the world's changing so fast. People now, they can remember the last 10 trends over like a year and a half ago, but they can't tell you 10 countries in different, you know what I'm saying? Like 10 countries in different continents. It's kind of funny. I can't even name all 50 states. But I got a college degree though. I feel like that speaks more academically. That speaks for me when it comes to more academic questions than it does
the diffuser is no longer in your possession.
Any random question that anyone can ask me. If someone asks me right now, how do you open a Roth IRA or do, you know what I'm saying? I don't know shit, but I got into college though. You can ask any random person that didn't go to college, they'll probably know that too. So
The diffuser is now
I feel like over the
secured.
time, I feel like college really used to hit back in the 90s or the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like back when you actually needed like specification, but with technology and the way AI is going, shit is so easily accessible. You can spend an entire weekend with ChatGPT at nighttime, just asking the questions, writing down, journaling, writing, all that type of other shit, and you could probably learn way more than anything a teacher will tell you in a classroom. And trust me, I've been in college classrooms. Them professors do not. Some professors know what they talking about. You can tell almost off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Some professors, they don't know what the fuck they teaching you, bro. You would probably be way better teaching yourself the material than having a professor teach it to you. Think about it this way: if I'm not even gonna say, all right, I know how I learn, and I know how I learn, like my thought process to learn some shit. So, and I can learn stuff at my own pace way faster than a professor telling me to come back next week and next month and do this 2 weeks in ahead. And, you know what I'm saying? That's a little too slow for me. Think about it. You got an essay due next week Tuesday. You gonna wait till next week Monday to do that bit? Hell no, you gonna get that bit done as soon as you go home. As soon as the professor tell you. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like they just drag it out and drag it out and drag it out and drag it out. And if you got somewhere to be, if you're trying to get some money, if you got a plan in your head, you don't need college to slow you down, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just go do that shit. And when it comes to professors, some of them don't actually know what they're talking about. Granted, a professor that doesn't teach a subject that they're currently teaching, they're not gonna know what they're teaching. They're probably just short on teachers, and they need somebody to cover a class or cover a subject for a certain amount of time. And that shit is like, yeah, that shit cool and all, but bro,
10 seconds left.
you're taking a teacher that doesn't know certain thing, putting them in a certain classroom
5
with
seconds
students that
remaining.
expect to learn something from a teacher that actually knows their shit, and the teacher doesn't know shit, and they're saying,
You're out of
"Oh,
time.
look it up, you know what I'm saying? Look it up. I got it." Like, man, it's a whole lot of run around, and that's the thing. I feel like, hold up, I'm talking a little bit too much. Man, I can't even catch my breath. Hold up, got that deep breath in it. Sometimes you gotta have deep breath, but anyway, come back to it, cause I'm still on it. Yeah, what the hell? Man, college is a long, drawn out process, my boy. If y'all not trying to be in there for like 4 or 5 years, bro, I go, bro. I'm pretty sure. I ain't gonna hold you. If I ain't go to college, I would probably work somewhere. The amount of time I was in college, what, 4 years? 4 or 5 years, man. The amount of time I was in college, bro. I probably would have been found a good stable job. Would have been stacking my bread for them 4 or 5 years. I probably would have been up way more money than I have now. Graduated with a degree. Like how the job market shit, I could have been at that job stacking my bread. You know what I'm saying? Like stacking. But you know, life happens. You know, you gotta move around jobs. Sometimes your job get burnt out. You don't want to work there forever. And that shit cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got to. But that was back when the job market was good. That was back when the economy was moving. That was back when people were spending money. So I had the ability to move around and job hop. Now, it's like somebody strangling the fuck out of me. Like, you better not leave this job. You ain't gonna get no money if you leave this job. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
Your drone has found a bomb.
But yeah, it's my first video where I'm doing like a commentary type style. So I kind of want to see how long I could talk. I mean, I hit the 10-minute mark. But I have been rambling.
In 10 seconds.
I have been rambling a lot. I might do another video. I might give y'all some book recommendations to get y'all in a little, you know what I'm saying, a little knowledge, a little insight into how my thought process has changed from the books that I've read. And it's kind of like Pandora's box with books, with these books that I've read. If you read a book, some books that I've read, it's like you see that shit when it teaches you the material in the book and you see it in real life, you can't go back, bro. Like you cannot unlearn or unsee once you open your eyes to what you see. Like your third eye. Not necessarily your third eye, but that one part of your brain, the one part of your brain where it's supposed to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it this way. The part of your brain that's supposed to be clean, like a bedroom. Like, you know where everything is. It's clean. It's routine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, as much as learning is enforced educationally, analytically, everyday life, street knowledge, academic knowledge, social knowledge, societal knowledge, government knowledge, as much as those things are important in everyday life, you also have to exercise your brain, because your brain is also a muscle. Even though it's a tissue, it's also a muscle. You can get stronger and get weaker. Shit, keep that bitch hydrated. You know, see, I be getting cramps when I don't be hydrated, and those be in my legs. So can you imagine a cramp in my brain if I don't stay hydrated? I'm probably thinking all type of shit. But other than that, if you do choose to go to college, just make sure you have a financial plan. I graduated debt free. You know what I'm saying? Government paid for my shit. But that's due to the fact that, you know, parents, yeah, and their income and whatever. But if you don't want to go to college, please read every single day. I don't care if you go to college or not. But if you read every single day, you know what I'm saying? This little internet shit. The internet is just an echo chamber of ideas, people's voices, rants, stuff like that. Some of that shit is never sees the audience it needs to. Some of it does. But if you are somebody who is trying to figure out if they should go to college or not, you gotta sit down and ask yourself, do I want to be part of an industry that can probably make me enough money to be well off, and I can have the lifestyle that I want, with a job that I can tolerate, you know what I'm saying, that I have the skills for and that are needed? That's different versus saying, oh, I'm not gonna go to college, I'm gonna do my own thing and hope it works out. Yeah, that's cool. That sounds like the way better option. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You've been in grade school, 12th grade, 11th grade, you ready to just graduate high school, just get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Just never go back to school for nothing. I get it. I was in middle school, 1 point, no cap, yeah, oh God. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, that'd be a long for. But yeah, I used to be in your shoes at 1 point. And then I said, you know what I'm saying? I like graphic design, I like computers, I like tech. Let me go to college for that. And this was like before the pandemic, so shit, tech jobs popping off 100K, 30K, 200K off of what? Making websites.
Secure the bomb.
Yeah, let me figure out how to make websites. Got that down pat, boom. You know, couple job interviews. I ain't really stick though, cause I feel like I lack professional experience, cause I ain't never had internships, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Internships. It's crazy how they move the goalposts. That's why I feel like. All right, let me finish my point. Let me back up. Let me back up. All right, now that I had went back and edited and found a point where I lost my fucking train of thought at. Yeah, internships. Man, that shit is so crazy how they move the goalposts every single time. This is why I made this is the sole purpose of why I made this video. Because I feel like college scammed me, bro. Especially how the job market ass right now. Think about it this way. They move the goalposts every time, you know what I'm saying? If you had parents like mine, they probably said, your parents probably said, you know, after you graduate college, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go to back up. After you graduate high school, what you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna go to college. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Do your little thing. Do you go to college? Don't go to college. You know what I'm saying? So do you. Here's the thing though. You go to college. You do what they ask. You turn in the assignments. Study this, study that. Boom. Degree. Cool. Job. You expecting a job, right? Because you got the degree. You study material. You expect a job, right? Nah. You need an internship. What? Internship? Nobody told me about no internship. My advisors never told me about an internship. Professors never told me about an internship. Like, you're telling me the entire time I was in class, I should have been doing an internship? My what? Freshman through senior year in college? Internship? Bro, nobody told me shit. But that just goes to show how sometimes you follow the advice of people before you, because that's what worked in their time frame. But you see how we grew up without technology, and as shit went on, technology advances. Now we got AI. Now we got videos made by AI that nobody even made. Like, what? So even this advice that I'm giving you right now, who knows where it will lead in the future? But what I can say is, man, get in that comments. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna reply to every single comment. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Blue Cheat TV. I ain't really done with this topic, man. I still gotta get a sister. I told my shit. It's cool though, man. Y'all get in the comments, subscribe, like. I got y'all with more videos, man. Y'all thought that bill was over? Nah, B, I'm still here, B. I'm still finna get my rocks off, B. Hey. Well, yeah. I'm just sitting here, like, dwelling on the subject. I'm gonna let y'all go in a little bit because the video is getting kind of long, and I am going to let the rest of the video rock out, pretty much. But yeah, self-education, I feel like is more beneficial than going to an institution or college, because when it comes to self-educating, you can go at your own pace. You can learn. You figure out the way you learn stuff the fastest. It's over from there, because give it a month. How much things can you learn in a month? How much things can you perfect and be expertise of in a month? You know what I mean? It's just
5 seconds remaining.
Once I realized, I don't know why it took me long enough. I'm probably a late bloomer, but it took me way too long to be sitting in the classroom only to realize that I learned the material faster when I go home, and this professor in this classroom wasting my goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? I could have learned the material at the goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot faster too. On me. But yeah, that's just my opinions when it comes to college. It's cool to have a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? That I work hard for. I feel like it speaks for itself in the aspect that you set your mind on the goal. Your mind was to get a college degree. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you accomplished that goal. No matter how long it took, no matter how many homework assignments you turned in at 11:59 or late, you know how many nights you stayed up, 11:59. No matter how much homework you did, that was hard as fuck. Where you ain't asked nobody for help, or you asked ChatGPT for help, or you went on YouTube or a tutorial. I ain't even old. I had, bro, in university, bro, college, I had to take this one course. I think it was game design. Bro, we went on Unreal Engine 5, yes. And Sparking Zero, Unreal Engine. Fortnite, Unreal Engine. Mortal Kombat, Unreal Engine. You know what I'm saying? PUBG, Unreal Engine. Power World, Unreal Engine. Shit. What else games were made in Unreal Engine? Dead by Daylight, Unreal Engine. But yeah, I took a course in game design in college, bro. That professor was so hard on me. I think he didn't like me because I missed the opening assignment. I think it was like fill out the syllabus or whatever. It was on a weekend too, so I'm like, okay, I'll just fill it out on Monday. Bro, I forgot to fill that shit out. He gave me a 0, and I had to work my way up the entire class, the whole fucking semester. I had to turn goddamn, man, listen. That professor ain't like me, long story short. I did the assignments. You know what I'm saying? I made 3 video games. I could put another video on here about that. I walk you through the video games I made in Unreal Engine. Yeah, that shit was fun. I made a platformer, a third-person game involving the fly. A first-person shooter. That bit was fun though. It was fun learning the material. I could, if I want to make a game right now, I could. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I went to college for, to learn new stuff. Because had I not take that class, I probably wouldn't even know that I could make a video game right now if I put my mind to it in less than a week. But we had to make 3 video games in 3 weeks. 1 video game per week. All the coding, all the nodes, all the models, all that shit has to work and function and be a full game application that you can just open on a computer, play, complete, shit like that with objectives. And man, listen, as good as I did in that class, that professor ain't like me, and he just said, you know what, I'm gonna fail you. Well, he didn't say that outright, but judging by his vernacular, he didn't give a fuck. Yeah, you need some professors that's hard on you like that, which is cool, but when you like 2%, when you 0.2% away from a grade that's a passing grade, and your professor just say, you know what, fuck you, like I'm gonna fail you, and like that shit hurt, man. I need those, that shit, yeah, like that bitch. Man, that shit cool though, bro. I ain't even worried about that. First be tripping. You know, you gonna have. If you can't stand some teachers, or you're the type of person in high school where it's like, oh, the teacher bitch. Hey, trust me, university, go to college. If you choose to go to college, you know what I'm saying? So do you, the ball is in your court, do what you want. But if you do choose to go to college, you gotta, please. It's a website called Rate My Professor. Check your professors, you know what I'm saying? Are they good? Little did I know, the professor that I had for that video video design game class, bruh, his ratings on Rate My Professor were so bad that the complaints on the entire page, all the complaints was just going in on the professor. Oh, he don't care about late work. He don't do this. He don't do that. I didn't even check Rate My Professor before I selected that class to take this semester. So that was on me. So I ain't tripping about that. But what I'm saying is, he didn't give a fuck. Like the professor was so bad to the point where he would go on the Rate My Professor website and look at all the bad comments and reply to all the bad comments. Like they'll be like, oh, he doesn't accept late work. He doesn't care about you. There's no one-on-one time. He'll go in that comments and reply, oh, I'm sorry for your experience. Maybe you should have completed the homework on time or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Some smart ass shit. At that point, I was like, you know what? This professor probably hates my guts. He probably gonna fail me. Shit. Fuck this class. Let me just work on a plan B so I can get my college degree on time, and I wouldn't even have to sit back and you know. But it's just hey, if you don't like wild goose chases, trust me, you might not like college, because the amount of pathfinding and assistance finding, it's so much that you have to like it's a wild goose chase in itself. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I made it through on the other side, and that shit cool. I don't gotta worry about that shit no more unless I want to get my master's or anything up. But there's so much self-teaching going around to the point where I'm thinking that shit in a couple of years, that bit gonna be useless. They're already going for the business model. Think about it. You got how many college graduates each year? Why are we laying people off? But yeah, that's my rant, man. That's the end of the video too. I was gonna let y'all rock out and watch the video, but I still had to get some rounds on, man. Fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I got hella videos coming, you know what I'm saying?
I got her throwing on racks, yeah. Shorty be throwing it back, yeah. That's how I go in the trap, yeah. When I got your heart in the back, yeah. I'm real on the ground like Project Pack. I'm making a play where the project's at. Yeah. Making a play with them. Serve my money and staking that loss. I took me a flight for Bossa Nova Boss. These niggas ain't certified, damn boss. I'm out baby Haiti with my rocks. I pulled me a couple purple with the pops. I broke